He's here to do, you guys. Are you guys trying to get famous off this or what? Just get out of the way.
This is all voluntary too. I don't get paid. I never got paid off of any videos that the news clips took as well.
The news, not you guys.
The white truck that you did.
It has been you guys.
That's on the page still.
Time.
I didn't find it.
Oh yeah, it's still on there.
Been. Let him record what's going on.
Let's move, comrades. Let's go.
Yeah, even everybody you're with is telling you to go. So let him do what he's supposed to do. You guys have been in front of him for 2 hours now. Trying to help you.
No, thank you, man.
I've been watching this whole time and I've seen nothing but that sign.
I appreciate it.
You're ruining what you're trying to do.
No, I want to see the video. You have the video of the white truck? I want to see it. I didn't see it. I couldn't find it. We were looking. Bryce, you couldn't find it either, could you?
Oh, he has it?
It should still be up on there on the page.
I saved it.
I still see it on my end. Seriously, it's erased?
Because I saw some comments about some.
It should be on.
Well,
Well, KWCH took it, so they should be on their page as well. So that's why I was surprised that it would be erased off of mine, because
yeah. Two white trucks. There was some dude.
No, the one that made the controversy.
Oh, that one. Yeah, no, I've been looking out on the page. It's not on there.
seriously, okay, you're not the first. Yeah, I was surprised if it did get deleted because I thought.
It's not on there.
Yeah, KWCH has it on there. They should. It's pretty far back now, so you might have to scroll a little bit. But yeah, KWCH. We did a short interview. They took the video, so I know that's on their page.
I'll make a comment about the person wearing my class and mask and probably not I love the these drivers. There's a light. So what's this under, crime or coronavirus?
For what?
The video
Oh,
they took.
shoot, man, I'm not too sure to be honest.
We're gonna go to investigation.
Man, it's good seeing you out here again, man. I went out like the weekend before, but I couldn't see you.
Do they know what BLM is all about?
They have it on their page.
George Soros, that women, that Somalia, that communist socialists. They know all that?
I don't know. I couldn't get a conversation with anyone at the time being. Sorry, I'm talking with the mask on, so I mumble and I can't really make a good speech, I guess. So the protest is now leaving.
Between all this stuff, I'm on the side of the police. I think the police, we need the police, and that one cop was a bad cop. You got the bad cops, all of them not bad, you know.
Hey, hello! These racist cops have got to go! Hey, hello! These racist cops have got to go! Hey,
Eventually kill us. This is an outright assault on the biology of every living thing in the range of these cell phone modems and towers, and we have the right to defend ourselves against this assault.
Yes.
It appears that we have quiet weapons for silent wars being waged on the people all over the world. The New Zealand government has a history of negligence going back to 1936, when Britain warned us about the cancer dangers of asbestos. It was not until 2016 before it was banned outright by legislation, and that was only after the Christchurch earthquakes. How many people have to die before politicians do their job properly? The tobacco industry is another fine example of corporations using crock science to hide negative health effects. After many court cases and obvious damage to people's health from smoking and passive smoking, the government finally decides to do something about it. Once again, far too late, and after it has caused the most damage on the population.
Why legalise cannabis?
A book by Dr. David Michaels called Doubt is Their Product talks about a phrase that appeared in a memo from the tobacco industry, referring to the idea that smoking caused lung cancer. As long as we can raise questions in people's minds, then we've succeeded, like these guys over here. That is the modus operandi here, raise doubt and confuse people. We now have warning signs and pictures of people with cancer on cigarette boxes. Laws have been changed to stop people smoking around other people. Once again, government are incredibly late to the party, when the negative health effects have been known for generations. Many governments around the world that care about their populations have been very proactive and made it mandatory for cell phone manufacturers to put warning signs on boxes and public education campaigns showing the dangers of microwave radiation. The tremendous increase in cell phone use in infants, toddlers and young children has led Israel, France, Belgium, India and other high-tech nations to reduce exposure in the young. Israel has gone one step further and recommended that people replace their cordless phones with corded phones. So guys, what do they know that we don't?
Yeah.
You know? Senator Blumenthal in America directly questioned telco bosses. He criticised the government's lack of response, stating, "I believe the American people deserve to know what the health effects are. We are flying blind here on health and safety."
Yeah.
The Health Minister of Brussels recently declared that their citizens will not be guinea pigs, effectively halting 5G in Europe's capital. Reports from Switzerland indicate that officials in Geneva, Vaud and Neuchâtel voted to halt new deployments until safety is demonstrated. This is contrary to the notion that all concerns about 5G are merely the work of clueless, feckless Russian trolls. British, US and Russian research on the dangers of electromagnetic fields go back 30 years. The Russian National Committee on Non-Ionizing Radiation Protection 2011 resolution recommending persons under 18 not use a cell phone. 2011 World Health Organization.
5 charges and 2 felonies. I want you to think of you being in our footsteps right now, you being in our place right now, and having 5 charges on you for being the most fearless, compassionate woman in the world. Just because you care, just because you have heart. So think about that. Think about how that makes you feel. That the police went out and targeted you. This is a fearless, strong black woman. I want you to stay with that for a second. I want you to think of ways in which you can fight for yourself. Ways in which you can fight for the black lives. Sit there and for the rest of the time, I would like you to be thinking of productive ways in which you can add to the Black Lives Matter movement here in Florida. Whether it is signing a petition, whether it is creating a flyer, whether it is emailing a down, whatever it is. Think of the strength that you have and what you want to give to the future. Look at how beautiful each and every single one of you are. Think about what we're fighting for. So, I want to make you all join me in this moment. Like I said, I truly do love and appreciate each single one of you. And thanks for joining us in this fight against systemic racism, racial injustice, and anti-violence.
Make sure too, if you're gonna come up, make sure you keep it clean. That's all.
Hello everybody, can you hear me in the back? Okay. Hi y'all. It's so great to see you coming out again and again and again and bringing new people. Who wants to do that? Continue to bring new people. Oh my God. I'm sorry my voice is gone and I'm nervous as heck and I'll try to keep this short. I just want to remind y'all, don't let the protest end when we're no longer in the street. The protest continues when we're talking to our family and friends, the people who are uncomfortable with this topic, the people who don't like the topic, the people who don't want to talk at all. But I want to remind you why it's so important to keep talking to those people, particularly the people you love who are...
Got some more neighbors coming to show support.
But here you are using a live stream of their event to try and get your message out. So you're kind of at the bottom of the list, bottom of the totem pole on this one, bud.
Yeah, front line, your head should be popping back every 5 seconds. Pop, 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 pop. Pop, pop. Yeah, like in your peripheral, just make sure you're not walking in front of everyone. Kind of like a marching band. It's like really, it's fun. Okay, let's continue.
I'm sure you do, John. I find a lot of things amusing that's coming out of your mouth tonight.
That's on what? No justice, no peace. Into the streets and fuck the police. No justice, no peace. Into the streets and fuck the police. No justice, no peace. Into the streets and fuck the police. No justice, no peace. Into the streets and fuck the police. No justice, no peace. Into the streets and fuck the police. No justice, no peace. Into the streets and fuck the police. No justice, no peace. No justice! No peace! 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 Slow down.
Oh, that breeze.
All right, let's keep it pushing.
They're going to call you, Kurt. They are going to call you. Everybody in this country is going to rely on you, Kurt Oswald, to fight crime from the rooftops at night. We're sorry to task you with this huge responsibility. Well, Kurt, it looks like your country needs you, though. The Police are going to be defunded, and everybody is going to have to call you.
But keep it slow. Because it really is beautiful out here, y'all. And it's a beautiful evening to be protesting WPD. I love it. Screw that! So we be out here in the fucking rain. Rain or shine.
Oh yeah.
Black lives! Black lives! Black lives!
Matter!
Blue lives!
I'm real!
Blue lives!
I'm real!
Blue lives!
I'm real!
Y'all can take that blue skin off after a 40-hour week. Well, not blue skin, but that uniform. Blue lives!
I'm real!
Blue lives!
I'm real!
Blue lives!
I'm real!
Blue lives!
I'm real!
And black lives! Black lives!
Matter!
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 And blue lives!
I'm real!
Blue lives what?
I'm real!
For what?
I'm real!
Blue lives!
I'm real!
Blue lives!
I'm real!
Yeah, the WPD is blocking off traffic. They got east and west blocked, and then side streets as well.
Yep, and for anybody listening, we'll be here tomorrow at 6 p.m. at ICT Pop-Up Park. Feel free to join us. Bring your bikes, bring your dogs, whatever you want to bring. Bring your energy. And more importantly, bring a friend. Whose streets?
Our streets!
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 Black lives matter. Black lives
Matter.
Black lives
Matter.
Black lives
Matter.
Black lives
Matter.
Whose streets?
Wichita, Kansas, coming up to Emporia. Sorry guys, I was looking behind me here. I think the individual had to leave that was behind me. I went ahead and walked ahead of him. Please message me. I know I said that earlier before, but anyone that comes up and talks to me, wants to walk with me, or also hook it up with something sweet that I am looking forward to use, a new selfie stick here that gets pretty high and has some sweet LED lights and a fisheye lens, I guess. Have to check all that out. Miko, I mean, I don't know what you guys want to say in your comments, but as far as I know, he does a good job getting up on what he does. He's been doing it for a lot longer than I have. We are up on Douglas, walking past Topeka here. Topeka, sorry, I can't talk. Topeka. We have a bird up.
Showing up to athletic events at SLB High School and being called a wetback by players and bystanders alike. A police force that will take a knee with its citizens one day and send a slew of its officers in military-grade riot gear to neighboring counties against protesters the next.
That's right.
A duo of deranged business owners who continuously threaten, harass, and ultimately assault street vendors. And most frustrating of all, a so-called progressive city that prides itself in its diversity while touting an African American population of less than 2%. This is not merely a geographic coincidence, it is by design. African Americans have suffered greatly in this community due to outright racism. As a society, we have been traditionally ignorant of the struggles that the Black community undergoes here because we have not had the opportunity to interact, engage, and learn from them. We often allow stereotypes to guide our mindsets, and as such, we project oppression behaviors towards our Black community members, fueling generational biases. Ignorance breeds racism. We stand here today and take a stand against this ignorance. to unite our black and brown communities towards a common goal, progress and justice. Justice for George Floyd. Justice for Breonna Taylor. Justice for Vanessa Guillen. Justice for Daniel Shaver. Justice for Tamario Smith. Justice for the children torn apart from their parents at the border, locked in cages by the thousands, and forced to represent themselves before immigration judges. Justice for Philando Castillo. Justice for Andres Guardado. Justice for Eric Gardner. Justice for disproportionately brown and black population inmates serving prison sentences on petty marijuana charges, while privileged individuals reap the rewards of long-fought battles for legalization. Only together we will make this possible. I will reiterate, ignorance breeds racism. Ignorant people, such as the owners of Beach Street Pizza and Falafel Hut, would have you believe that the hardships we face as a nation and as a community are due to the presence of foreigners and immigrant labor. Look at it closely, that's our fault, huh? Their physical violence and verbal harassment are just another set of weapons in their decrepit tool of unfounded hatred and their vitriol that they hurl towards anyone that deviates from the status quo. Go back to your country, they say. If you don't like it here, then leave, they say. We are in America, you speak English here. We live in Santa Cruz, 2 Spanish words. Pendejos. Hispanics are now the single largest ethnic group in California. Therefore, it is imperative that we use our collective strength to support our black brothers and sisters in their pursuit for justice. The only thing that pains my heart more than the countless social media posts of street vendors being assaulted, mugged, and in some cases murdered is the onslaught of comments that follow. Where are our protests? I don't see Nation cover this. You stand with blacks, but why won't you stand with your own? What about brown life? As if it is not possible to support multiple causes and fight against multiple injustices. The most racist words I've ever heard have come by Hispanics. And it breaks my heart to know that we have allowed racism to permeate our beautiful cultures. Racism is so deeply ingrained that we allow our family members to spout off comments such as, ay, cásate con un güero para que no salgan negros tus hijos. Meaning, get married with a light skin so that your kids don't come out as dark. And they also say, ah, pobrecito, sale bien preto, salió bien prieto, sorry, came out a little too brown. I am calling upon all members of the Latino, Latina, and Latinx community to step up and call out all forms of colorism, racism, and microaggressions that for too long have been allowed to pass by unchecked. Change must start with uncomfortable conversations within our families and social circles. Only in doing so will we muster the strength and courage that is necessary to implement change on a larger scale. I too have been part of the problem. It shames me to say this, but I recall a time in middle school when I routinely utilized variations of the N-word in open conversations. I was young and stupid, therefore I refused to acknowledge the subtle racism I was enabling. Yet I continued to do so because I felt comfortable doing it. I had convinced myself that because I was raised in a non-affluent family and a member of a minority group that somehow I had quote-unquote earned the right to say it. And I now realize the true reason why I never said it, because no one ever called me out. The black community has fought so long, for over 400 years of violence and oppression, for the right to be treated as equals. Along the way, they have managed to take back the word and wield it to a tool of expression and cultural presence. It is not my word to use, and I completely defer to the black community when it comes to acceptable usage of said word. You may not mean to use the N-word in a racist way, but when you're not black, that's how it comes out. To the black community in Santa Cruz and across the entire United States, I say this. I am not here to hijack your cause. I am here to urge mi gente to stand with me by your side. Justice for the marginalized is justice for all. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. Thank you for your time. Be well, march on, Black Lives Matter, y continúen su campaña de justicia.
for sharing that. That was beautiful. Let's hear it one more time for Giovanni and his brother. Next up, we have Hector, who is here with us graciously from the UCIC NAACP. So let's hear it for the work they're doing in our community.
How's it going, y'all? How's everyone doing?
Howdy.
Thank you for coming out, especially being out here in support of my friend and my little sister, Bella. You know, coming out, happy birthday to Bella as well. Isabella, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, the one important thing of it all is that we all have this love that is around us. That we have this philosophy of agape, and we have consistent compassion amongst one another to power this entire movement. Solidarity amongst both the Latinx, Black and Brown and Indigenous folks at all costs, at all communities, you know? We have that is going on, you know? And we have to address the intersectionality that's going on, especially within Santa Cruz. How is it that within the city of Santa Cruz, we have a city that only invests 28% into the police budget, a great amount, while the economic development and the other community development programs that are needed of services are not funded at all whatsoever, below 10%. Up to the fullest. And then after that, this expands all the way throughout the county. Within the county, the sheriff's corner got an $8 million increase. $8 million during an economic recession that is going on right now. You know, while Black and brown bodies are being further, you know, going through so much problems and so many struggles and being killed out there, going through all these issues that is already hard enough to even go through. Within Santa Cruz, a white, quote-unquote, liberal city overall, we have to address that. The news that happened over at UCSC, I'm a UCSC student. Don't forget about that shit. Don't ever forget about that shit going up, because we have to address how even like the racism going on, it's displayed before our very eyes. It's being displayed, so it's not even being hidden at all whatsoever. And similarly, we're all supposed to come together and combat that overall. And while we're out here, it's great to activate, great to say Black Lives Matter, Brown Lives Matter, Indigenous Lives Matter, Black Trans Lives Matter. But which is true to the fullest. Black Trans Lives Matter. Let's get it. It's important to address all the entirety of the intersectionality. We have to make sure that we translate all of the social power that we have into political power, and that's how we organize together as a community. Network with each other, you know? Form these connections amongst one another so our community can be really connected overall. That's the key. That's how we amplify our social change and our social voices within here at an institutional level. We pressure those people at city council and at the county to actually act on their change overall. You know? All the time. Right now, what's going on within the city council of Santa Cruz? August 18th, save the date. That's when they're going to be reviewing the funds for the city. We're supposed to make sure that we call out for a community refund and defunding the police. To moral values overall, and it is up to us to furthermore address this at a much more systemic and at a community level all the way overall. And we have to ensure that we don't forget about the tragedies going on, such as Tamara Smith, such as the recent increase of funds that the Santa Cruz County Prison has voted to do in favor. They voted to increase the funds of county jails and county prisons who are in charge of the death of Tamara Smith and countless victims. So we got to address that. And as a community, we come together to do all this, you know? Because within this politicization movement, we get so caught up in the weapons of mass distraction. The weapons of mass distraction. Don't lose focus on the goal of social change, unity, and solidarity amongst all of us. I call y'all to say, I say all this to say this, to be at the table and let us all work together to combat systemic injustice going on. Within the UCSC and NAACP, we're starting a community action network, what we call, and we demand this community refund at a citywide scale, at a countywide scale, statewide scale, and a national scale overall. All right, so I invite y'all to further connect with us, to further connect with all the wonderful organizations going on all the way down here. Shout out Symphony Services as well, and Blended Bridges, fantastic organizations.
And again, it's the anniversary of John Crawford being murdered in a Walmart by a murderous police officer who shot him dead while he was buying toys for his kid.
But keep it slow. Because truly it's beautiful out here, y'all. And it's just beautiful and easy to be protesting WPD. I love it. Screw it out! So be out here in the fucking rain or shine.
I get her name out there more to the public. It's going good. Thank you, Bill. I'm tired. This past week has been really rough with the events that have gone on here in Wichita. I work a full-time job. I work a part-time job. I have a fight that's coming up, and that's super important to me over anything. Yeah, the mask is off. This dude just ran through, so I guess, you know, there we go. This was here downtown in Wichita, Kansas. Yeah, I try to reach, I mean, I might not be like a couple of the other individuals out here recording. I'm usually just trying to point my phone. Sometimes I even have the comments off because I'll catch myself more just trying to read everything that's going on. Yeah, I know. I apologize about the misnaming on some stuff. I feel like it's hard. Trust me, I do know what it is and what it's called. And I did notice, I was like, oh, wait a second. Oh, yeah, I did mispronounce that one a couple times. I apologize. I will say I said it wrong. I screwed up. My bad. It will not happen again. And I will not use my mask as an excuse. Like I said, I got a little walk here, so if you're gonna hang out, you're more than welcome to. Yeah, the fight see, I can't even say fight. No, the fight that I am on, the promotion is called Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. They are a good name promotion, and I am super stoked to be fighting with these guys. To me, this is equivalent or the equal to UFC or getting to fight on Bellator. These guys have some high names on there, and I'm excited for it. If you guys see yourself on here, go for it. I think I saw you guys as well. If you got tickets, sweet. Save those tickets. I know they've been the official date on them are probably March 14th. So you're probably thinking they might not be good, but no, Interest knows that they're still gonna accept them. And honestly, what it looks to be, Interest will not be hosting any event for the rest of the year. I was gonna go to the Joe Rogan. I was about to say Joe Georgeson. No, I was about to go to me and my wife were gonna go to the Joe Rogan stand-up that's going on out there. But that will be canceled as well. So we look like we might be fighting at the Hartman Arena. Yeah, Nico Hernandez is still on the card from what I believe. So is the David Caveman Rickles, Bellator veteran that is known here locally. He is as well on the card. So it's going to be pretty stacked with some good fights. And I'm fighting one of Rickles, or Caveman, you can call him Caveman. Caveman's buddies. And I know him personally. We've never had really any beef, nor do we. This is business, this is money, and we know that both of us know that this is a big promotion, so we know it's just all business. And I'm pretty sure after our fight, me and Mr. Joe will get a beer and probably hang out. And I might get to stay at one of these sweet rooms I was offered at. I appreciate everyone for making sure I'm staying safe. You probably can understand from where my wife is coming from. She's probably watching right now like, you better, language here, you better bring your ass home. Sorry, language, but I'm pretty sure that's how she feels. And I love her and I can understand. But
business that's already made a large contribution to the protesters. And the protesters, I think, have been gathering outside that business possibly prior to that contribution. So there are allegations of something along the lines of extortion here in SLO, and I'd expect her to be reporting on that in the coming days. Someone mentioned I have a fro. Yeah, it's getting there. But I don't know what exactly is going to come out here in SLO. Just stay tuned on that note. We did not see any extortion during the broadcast today, although we did see one woman placing one of those signs or posters on one storefront.
It was a poster, but it looked
faded
out.
It looked like a George Floyd's picture on there and a lot of other.
But it was gray beige. It was not a clear picture.
Yeah, it's sort of faded, and then a lot of other names on it. And I there may be allegations, I'm not positive, but there may be allegations that there are protesters demanding that downtown businesses placed their posters or signs on the windows. On demands, I'm not sure. That might have been coming out of Louisville. But there's similar allegations here in Louisville, and as I keep saying, just stay tuned to Calcos News. I don't think I'm going to be doing a live stream here again this week. No, we're not in Pismo Beach, but we are very close to Pismo Beach. We're a 10-minute drive away from Pismo Beach. Someone says we welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, I was really impressed with this girl calling out, calling on everybody not to support businesses. I mean, all the businesses are already affected by this COVID pandemic. So now she wants to make it even more difficult for them. I think that's not really fair. I think, the businesses can put in the storefronts whatever they want.
Oh, that's Psycho Drew. Hey, Psycho.
Oh, Psycho Drew. How are you doing?
What did he write?
We want to go with you to, I don't know. Oh,
Psycho Drew.
Now it smells like a drag strip. You can smell the rubber. Well, everyone, thank you for hopping on tonight. I appreciate it. I'm going to call it a night here. I'm going to wrap it up and walk to my vehicle. You all have a great one. Thank you for hopping on. I appreciate it to the max. And to the individuals that came out earlier, please message me, especially the one that brought out the new stick, and the individuals that came out just to hang out. Again, you all take care. Peace.
Yeah, I remember you almost got arrested. That was pretty daring when they were rounding up protesters for curfew violations, the LAPD that is. And Psycho Drew was weaving in and out of the police and protest lines live streaming.
So here in this park are not a lot of people left, and here are no tents like in shop or like in Los Angeles, no garden area.
Okay, talk to wrap up the broadcast, talk a little bit about your impressions of San Luis Obispo, not just
So
the
it's
protest.
a small town, it looks really peaceful. There are a lot of small little restaurants and boutique style stores. Yeah, and the people are sitting on the street because of COVID, I think, and they eat there, and then the protesters marching through the streets, and the people are sometimes upset that, you know, they can't enjoy their dinner because they are surrounded by this loud protest.
It was hard for me to tell today. Maybe you got an impression as well. You guys saw there were a bunch of people eating dinner and drinking drinks on the street as Annabelle was describing, and the protesters are marching right by her, or sometimes giving speeches and being quite loud right next to them. But I couldn't really get so good of a gauge as to
A few of them were
whether
supportive and they applauded, and some of them they were absolutely annoyed and, you know, didn't even look at the protesters and just ignored them. And
so according to Annabelle's mixed bag, my hunch would be it was a mixed bag, but I saw several people filming the protesters as they were going by, but it was hard for me to tell whether they were agitated or supportive.
some are, some are not. A lot are not, and a lot of people don't know what I met here on the street, don't know why they are protesting.
Is the gal who wants businesses to support BLM with the signs a local? I don't know.
I don't know.
There are a lot of very familiar faces here, including some of the people who are marching and even dancing alongside Tiana Arata during the protest in which protesters went onto the freeway and ultimately Tiana Arata was arrested. So I recognize some, because Tiana Arata actually live streamed a large chunk of that protest, the one after which he was arrested. And I recognized some familiar faces from that live stream, as well as some familiar faces from my prior coverage here in SLO. This was my third live stream of San Luis Obispo Black Lives Matter protests, so I'd done two prior to this one. Let's see what Psycho Drew's saying.